Have you ever planted something in your garden that seemed beautiful at first, but then turned into a nightmare? Well, today I'm going to be honest, there are some plants I wish I'd never planted at all. From stealthy creepers to lightning-fast growers, they really make me work twice as hard in the garden. Just look at this ivy. It looks pretty, right? But it's sneakily creeping up, entangling other flowers. Or bamboo, I thought was elegant at first, turned out to be a monster that took over the entire yard. And let's not forget knotweed. It's enough to frustrate me every week. So, join me as I pull out these regrettable plants one by one, and I'll tell you why they don't belong in my garden at all. At first glance, this garden may look green and lush, but in reality, a single plant can take over the entire bed, making everything look messy. Tangled roots like this are nearly impossible to clean, and fast-growing ivy actually chokes out other plants that should be growing beautifully, not to mention the weeds they always come, taking up space, and ultimately, the flowers I planted can't compete. And look at this. The ivy that can climb so high over the fence in a matter of weeks looks dramatic, but it's actually a headache. As a gardener, I've learned, some plants are actually more trouble than they are useful. At first, they look small, pretty, and full of promise, but it doesn't take long for their growth to get out of control. Invasive plants like these can spread quickly, even into walkways, making a garden feel crowded and difficult to enjoy. Comparatively, their before looks neat and inviting, but look at the after. It only takes a few seasons for them to turn into a mess that takes over the entire yard. And for some plants, the problem is different. They aren't invasive, but rather overly demanding. They need constant pruning, almost daily watering, and even extra fertilizer just to stay alive. Worse yet, some are susceptible to pests, causing leaves to turn yellow and become damaged. In short, some plants grow too fast and some demand too much attention. Both are equally troublesome in the garden. This Japanese knotweed looked beautiful at first, fresh leaves, sturdy stems, but once it grew, it spread everywhere, covering almost the entire yard. Every week I had to spend hours digging out its tough roots, and it seemed like it never ended. One word: regret. I initially thought English ivy would be a pretty and practical ground cover, but in reality, it climbed up the fence, choked out other flowers, and quickly took over the entire garden bed. It was truly more trouble than it was worth. I initially planted this bamboo because it looked elegant, green, and calming, but I was very wrong in a short time. The clump spread wildly, its roots penetrating in all directions, and it was difficult to control. Instead of beautifying the garden, the bamboo actually took over everything. This tree of heaven truly surprised me. At first it looked normal, and I even thought it was just a small tree that wouldn't bother me, but in a short time, it grew incredibly fast, towering over me, dwarfing other plants around it. Worse, its growth even spread into the neighbor's yard. From a seemingly insignificant tree, it became a major problem. From all the mistakes and regrets of planting invasive plants, I've learned one very important lesson: never plant without research. Sometimes, a plant that looks beautiful at first can turn into a nightmare that takes over the garden. Every garden is unique. It has a different climate, soil, and personality. So before planting, take the time to find out if the species is suited to your garden's conditions. Is it easy to care for? Does it tend to be invasive? Or does it support the balance of other plants? By choosing the right plants, we not only save time and effort, but also keep the garden healthy, beautiful, and harmonious. So always remember, do your research before you plant. Every gardener has a regret story, including me, so if you've ever planted something that turned out to be a hassle, share it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Who knows, it might even be a lesson for other gardeners here. And if you're looking for some new inspiration, don't worry. There are plenty of plants that are easy to care for, hardy, and still look beautiful throughout the seasons. In the next video, I've prepared a list of 10 hardy plants that are perfect for those of you who are busy but still want a beautiful garden. Click on the video and we'll continue the conversation there.
Thanks for watching. Happy nice day.